The third kid of Jinger Duggar Vuolo was born not long ago. However, Sarah and her husband Jeremy are already yearning for some much-needed solitude. It seemed inevitable that the Vuolos would decide to go on a date. For a long time, viewers have been privy to Jeremy and Jinger's life. The footage of Jinger getting ready for their romantic evening out was shared before they even left the house. However, there was one risky move by the reality star that viewers were not prepared for. Keep reading to find out what all the fuss was about. Jeremy and Jinger Vuolo have found it challenging to find time for themselves since they have a baby at home. Since their kid is only a few weeks old, they thought it would be the ideal moment to plan a romantic date night. In anticipation of the event, Jinger sent a video to her followers. The video captures her getting dressed, their supper, and their journey in the vehicle. Date night, the first after the arrival of baby Finnegan. As a romantic gesture, we went sushi shopping, filled up the gas tank, vacuumed the vehicle, and finished the day with ice cream from McDonald's. With the message, 10 by 10 date night. The former 19 kids and counting star shared the photo. Watching Jinger and Jeremy enjoy a night on the town was exciting for viewers, but none saw that one shocking action coming. A video of Jinger Duggar Vuolo getting ready for the night out was linked to her post. However, the interest of spectators was quickly piqued by one excerpt. Jinger takes a pair of scissors and uses them to separate her hair down the center as she styles it. Many in the crowd were startled to see that she wasn't planning to chop her hair when they initially glanced at her. A supporter questioned the former TLC star's lack of usage of a comb. Jinger said she had one, but she loses it all the time. Jinger is still adjusting to life after giving birth, as pointed out by several viewers. After having delivery, several women admitted to styling their hair with a variety of products. Josie Bates-Balka, a friend of Jinger's, added, "Not the scissors, haha." Some Instagram users were shocked and wrote, "I was nervous as I watched you part your hair with scissors. Did you just use scissors to divide your hair? I'm shocked. I had a feeling about you. Jinger, I'm shocked. Oh my, I thought you were about to get a haircut." Belle. Cutting hair with scissors. Wow, I'm shocked. I am relieved. I will need a moment, however. Many are criticizing Jinger Duggar, a big star of the hit TLC reality program, for what they see as a risky decision. After the Duggar family's lavish lifestyle was shown on 19 Kids and Counting, Jinger, the fourth oldest child of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, became famous. The Duggar family, who upheld conservative Christian principles and cared for their big offspring, were the subjects of the program and its spin-off, Counting On. But Jinger's latest decisions have caused a stir, with both her supporters and her detractors pointing out that she has strayed from her once wholesome and regulated image. Read on to find out what Jinger Duggar did to earn this criticism and why her recent behavior has many worried. Changes in Jinger Duggar's lifestyle. Jinger Duggar embodied the conservative Christian values held by the Duggar family for the most of her life. She was quite devout as a girl and adolescent, following all of her family's rules about modesty, purity, and waiting until marriage to have any kind of physical contact with someone of the other sex. Keeping up appearances was important to the Duggar family, who were frequently seen as a symbol of traditional values. It was assumed that Jinger, like her siblings, would adhere strictly to these restrictions. After Jinger wed Jeremy Vuolo, a preacher and former professional soccer player, things started to shift in her life. A change in Jinger's lifestyle occurred when she married and relocated to Los Angeles, leaving behind her family's house in Arkansas. She started talking about how she had broken away from the strict norms she had been brought up with and was more open to a more progressive, contemporary way of living. Jinger broke with the Duggar family's long-established norm that women should wear skirts or dresses by starting to wear trousers. Additionally, she began to divulge increasingly intimate details of her life on social media, offering hints at her developing perspective on life. In spite of this, she maintained a large following of believers who believed she was just being authentic by forging her own path. The risky step that provoked revulsion. Fans and haters alike have voiced grave worries about Jinger Duggar's recent behavior. Many people are upset because Jinger openly promoted a health and wellness fad that is controversial, has no proof, and other people think might be harmful. Fans have always looked on Jinger as an authority on issues related to family and parenting. Recently, she shared a number of social media postings in which she advocated for the use of alternative medicine to cure common ailments. The criticism began when Jinger shared an image of herself endorsing a natural product that claimed to have therapeutic abilities. In alternative health communities, the supplement has become popular because to its purported health advantages for disorders including anxiety, sleeplessness, and gastrointestinal problems. But there are worries about its possible adverse effects, and scientific studies have not shown that it is useful. Some have raised concerns that Jinger, being a prominent individual with a large following, may be unknowingly endorsing dangerous activities or pseudoscience. Natural cures and therapies without scientific proof may be dangerous, especially when suggested without a doctor's supervision, according to health specialists who swiftly raised their worries. Seeing Jinger promote something that may have harmful implications disturbed several of her fans, particularly those who liked her for her innocent, family-friendly image. Many felt that Jinger was being irresponsible with her position by advertising these items, particularly considering that her following consists of many young moms and vulnerable followers. A moral analysis of celebrity endorsement and crucial subject is brought to light by the debate surrounding Jinger's move, the ethics of celebrity influence, especially when it pertains to health and well-being. Jinger has the ability to reach a massive audience because of her prominent public profile and large social media following. Given her level of influence, it is her duty to verify the authenticity and safety of the advice and items she promotes. Even while Jinger has always been famous, she may not have anticipated the level of scrutiny that would accompany such an extreme use of her platform. Influencers and celebrities like her may have good intentions when they shared what she thought was a comprehensive answer, but they should be aware of the tremendous power they have on their fans. In the realm of health and wellness, where false information may have devastating effects, this is more important than ever. The boundary between entertainment and professional advice has become more blurry due to the development of social media stars and influencers. Jinger's decision exemplifies how celebrity endorsements may sometimes backfire. Influencers and celebrities put their followers in harm's way when they advocate for something without sufficient scientific proof. As a consequence of their idol's credibility, fans may blindly accept their recommendations without questioning its veracity. Jinger's rebuttal to the critique. As the criticism intensified, Duggar resorted to social media to quell it. She wrote an emotional essay in which she clarified that she had no desire to deceive anybody. Rather, she was just sharing an idea that had helped her. She took note of the feedback from her fans and committed to being more selective in the future with the things she promotes. The answer she gave, meanwhile, did not appease all of her detractors. With the substance she had been endorsing carrying the risk of serious illness, many thought Jinger's apologies fell short. Even though Jinger hadn't meant any harm, she had already caused hurt, and some of her followers felt deceived. This episode caused some people to lose respect for Jinger. They started to doubt her judgment and wondered whether she was still the same inspiring figure they had previously admired. Others, however, were more understanding, thinking that Jinger had just messed up and taken the lesson to heart. Some viewers felt that Jinger, who had lived her whole life following rules and regulations, was hasty to adopt a more liberal stance without considering all of the possible outcomes. Their hearts went out to her as she tried to meet both her own personal goals and the high expectations of others. The greater consequences for the Duggars. The latest endorsement of Jinger Duggar has sparked controversy, which in turn has led to inquiries into the extent to which the Duggar family continues to impact public perception. Once emblematic of a certain strain of Christian conservatism, the Duggars are now more and more seen as icons of progressive thought and action. The strict upbringing of the Duggar children has inspired many of them to go out on their own. While some, like Jinger, have taken a more progressive stance, others have stuck firmly to the family's old ways of doing things. As the tale of the Duggar family develops further, this change of perspective among the youngsters has puzzled observers and detractors alike. Jinger sees a larger pattern of development, transformation, and, sometimes, strife within the family in her own life story. Looking forward to seeing how the public reacts to the Duggar children's individual decisions and how they impact the family's legacy as they forge their own paths in life.